Well, the federal election is just around the corner. Unless you've been in a coma, you will know that. And who knows, the next time we meet this man, he might be our new Prime Minister. It's Federal Opposition Leader Bill Shorten. He joins us. Hello, Bill.
Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Jonesy.
Good to have you on the show again, Bill.
Great to be back.
How are you holding up? I see that Malcolm Turnbull has the flu, and I remember in the last few days of the Clinton campaign, this is Bill, not Hillary, he lost his voice completely and he'd go on talk shows and just play the saxophone because he couldn't talk anymore. How are you holding up?
Actually, I'm fighting fit at the moment. I've since the beginning of the year, I've been training for this.
Waiting small sandwiches
training.
every 10 minutes?
Yeah, no. Bit of protein in the diet, but also I run 10 kilometres most days now. I haven't got my run in today, which is got me a bit toey, but I'll at lunchtime I'll go for a nice long run.
We've got a swimming pool on the roof of this building, so feel free to do some laps if you want.
Yeah, I'm more of a runner than a swimmer, but, you know, when the knees give way, then maybe I'll have to look at something else.
Because I just realised it's Cosy-Free Wednesday.
No, don't want that.
That's Amanda's edict there.
Bill, are you tough on yourself? Do you have a post-mortem every day to see how your day's gone? Is this a hard process?
I always ask myself what I could do better, but I'm very lucky. I get a post-mortem most days from the media.
Yeah.
So that's
Has
fine.
anyone said you've done a good job? Has anyone said, well, bravo, Bill, you really did well in that interview?
Not in the little papers around Australia, but that's okay. No, what matters to me is when I speak to people. And, I spoke to a tradie on another...
A real one?
Yeah, a real one. And on another radio station. But he's a good guy. He's from Lithgow. He brought his son up for the interview. He's doing it a bit hard at the moment, but you could tell he's a dedicated father. He's been a mechanical fitter. The power industry down in Lithgow and Central West's doing it hard, and the coal industry. And he likes some of our policies. I have to say, that gives me a buzz. When real people say, listen, we've got some trust in you because we care about Medicare or about apprenticeships or schools or climate change. When real people sort of can break through the bubble and say, listen, this is important to us and they're happy with what you're doing, that's where I get my sort of energy from.
Sure. Well, you're in the studio right now, so DJ Bill is in the house, and we don't want to, we want you to be relaxed here, so you can pick a song.
Because this is very relaxing.
You can pick a song. No, we are. I'd like to think that we're relaxed. We're not like Alan Jones. We're not going to grill you.
Yeah.
We are streaming this live on our Facebook page, so we would like to see you dance during this song, if that's all right.
Okay, sorry.
So DJ Bill's in the house. You got the records there. Out of all the songs in the world, what would you put on?
Well, I'm going for a bit of a crowded house phase, but I like Great Southern Land by Icehouse.
Oh, it's very patriotic as well.
It's a bit of an
Are you going to forward sell this? You've got to do your best DJ voice and say,
and introduce it.
Yeah, this
here
is
it
Great Southern Land. So here's the song. We're putting it on. Got the record out.
Okay.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the unofficial Australian anthem, Great Southern Land by Icehouse.
Oh, nice work.
He's going to put us out of a job.
Oh, I doubt it.
More from Bill Shorten. You'll have to back announce this as well, okay?
Okay. There you go, Great Southern Land. A long song, but one of the longest going bands in Australia, and they're still keeping strong. Icehouse.
Nice work.
You're not supposed to come up with the entertaining chat as well.
Sorry, I'm exceeding my brief. I'm back in the box.
Now, let me ask you this,
policies,
Bill. Well, this morning, we're hearing in our news that the first asylum seeker boat that has made its way into the waters since the election's been called has been intercepted. But Malcolm Turnbull and the Liberal Party has said that Labor's promise of 30,000 homes to asylum seekers is being seen internationally as us going soft, and this will be the first of many boats if this is implemented. What do you say to that?
Shame on Malcolm Turnbull for sending a message out to people smugglers that somehow a change of government will change the policy. I expected better of him than that. I mean, if you want to run true fear and negativity, they should have just stuck with Abbott. But Turnbull's not convincing on this because he knows that we have the same policies in terms of deterring people smugglers, and he shouldn't be saying otherwise. Full stop.
There you go. And it's come from Vietnam too. That's like old school boat, isn't it, really?
Well, that's just where the boats come from. They're not Vietnamese.
No, well, that's what I was about to say. People go for holidays in Vietnam.
But the point about it is the government knows that whoever wins on July the 2nd, we're committed to deterring the people smugglers. So is he. He's just trying to get off the fact that they don't have any positive policies to sell people, and Medicare is probably one of the biggest issues. You should be able in this country to afford to go and see the doctor when you're sick. That's what we stand for. And what we're seeing is government policies which are shifting the burden of the cost of healthcare right back onto individuals. You know, cutting the payments to GPs, making it more expensive to get a blood test, increasing the price of medicine. You know, that's a real issue. That's a real difference between Liberal and Labor.
So those 30,000 homes to asylum seekers isn't a signal to people smugglers that Australia's gone soft?
No, first of all, it's not 30,000 homes. Like, he's just making it up because, as we know, he's run out of positive things to say. He's just being a sort of Tony Abbott light in terms of just the scare stuff. No, the fact of the matter is there's people here on temporary protection visas. They're already here, Malcolm, and you know it. And you're getting the Commonwealth taxpayer to pay for it. They're not allowed to work or do anything. So he knows they're here. The real truth of the matter is, what he also knows is that when it comes to deterring boats, Liberal or Labor, the message to the people smugglers is that it's not going to happen for you. You're not going back into business. But, of course, we know why Malcolm's talking about these issues, because, quite simply, he doesn't have a health policy. He just doesn't have a health policy. Cutting funding to doctors, getting rid of the bulk billing incentives for someone who might need a mammogram or a breast cancer diagnosis or treatment of a melanoma. They're real policies which hurt people. Labor's made a decision, rather than give $50 billion to corporate large multinationals, large corporations, we're going to use scarce taxpayer money to maintain the health of our nation. That's the issue.
You're ready for the fight. Look at you. You're like Rocky. You've been out there punching meat. Is this because your wife, Chloe, interviewed you in that interview? Is that why?
She interviewed me in January in Darwin, and we were in a pub in Darwin. We've been touring around, and she said, I'll ask you some questions. And so we put it up on social media in March, and now it's been discovered, which is fine. But she asks hard questions.
She does.
Tell me a little bit about your typical weekend as a dad.
Well, first of all, Clementine, as you know, our youngest, got the genetic DNA of a rooster, so she gets up when the sun rises. So she would normally come and wake us up. Then we've got kids' sport, which means I am a volunteer bus driver. I take child to sporting event A, then another child, and then pick up first child, then take them to the next sporting event. And so there's
one child does get taken to ballet.
And then there's ballet, ballet, sport, ballet, dance classes, more sport.
To be fair to Chloe, she does most of the child raising.
There's a bit of attitude there.
She wasn't tempted to go hard and ask you why you leave the towels on the floor and why you put the chopping board in the dishwasher.
And why you haven't changed...
You should see the part of the interview which didn't make it. It's on the cutting room
Why
floor.
haven't you changed the toilet roll, Bill? You expect that to change itself? Our State of Origin is on tonight. Mm-hmm. I know you're a Melbourneian.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you some State of Origin cheat notes.
Okay.
So if someone just catches you off guard, just go, how good was Brett Kenny and Wally Lewis? How good were those years?
They're not current players.
No,
I know.
Just in the old days, they say, they're not like the Kenny and Lewis years. You can fake it. You can fake it.
Okay.
But I know, in fairness to you, there's a lot of Melbourneians in the Queensland side.
Yes, there are.
So you've got like...
Now, this is a chance to make good for my first State of Origin blooper.
Yeah, so,
Cam Smith.
Yep.
Queensland.
Yep.
And Melbourne Storm.
They're good.
There we go. Whereas I got asked who's going to win, I said Melbourne Storm. I'm still dying over that issue. I think my numbers took a slump then. But I barrack for the Maroons because my wife does. They're Queenslanders. Okay.
That's fair enough. That's how the households go. One of you picks a team and then you fight. Actually, you should go the other side like everyone else and just fight.
No, not having given my wife an 8-week election campaign, no. Well, to be fair, the other guy gave it to us, but still.
Excellent. Well, Bill, we wish you all the best. Good luck on the election. What day is it again? Just so I remember.
July the 2nd.
July the 2nd.
Oh, we've all got plans that day. What a shame.
Oh, you can pre-poll.
If I was you, Bill, there'd be a small part of me that think, I hope I don't win so I can have a sleep in for the rest of the week.
I have promised the family that win, lose or draw, there's 4 hours on the Sunday the 3rd. We're just going to go out.
Wow, you're living the dream. 4 hours off on a Sunday.
Well, that's my first 4 hours off since Easter. But anyway, this is an important job. I'm very privileged to be running for it. We've got good policies.
So if we see you at Wet and Wild on Sunday, standing in the queue with everyone else, we won't know if you've won or lost.
Chances are I'll have lost. But I'm in it to win it.